Right then, Jules, it's a whole new year. It's definitely 2019. So what are you looking forward to?
It's drab and it's cold in January and not December when we're filming this. But yes, I'm looking forward to, in 2019, quite a few games actually, because it's
Anthem, mate. Is it Anthem? Looking forward to Anthem?
No.
Good.
Are you?
No.
Okay. Bit weird that you brought that up then. Are we sponsored by Anthem now?
No, someone should be. It's not any of us though.
Okay.
It sounds like I now am sponsored by Anthem. No, I'm not.
Do you need to sit down, mate?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
2019
is the year. 2019 is the year of the remake because we've got Crash Team Racing, which is coming out. We've got Resident Evil 2, which is coming out. We've got Onimusha Warlords, which I am low-key extremely excited about.
Yeah. I'm with you, but it's not like a full remake. This is maybe a conversation for
2019. New year, same crap takes from this boy over here. Anyway, but I'm really looking forward to Psychonauts 2 because like the first one, like you'll have seen it pop up on our list loads of times, like it just being like one of the most underrated platformer games of all time. I want to do the things, getting rid of that for the new year. Last year's thing, and like having. The original team, come back to work on it, albeit through their slightly questionable FIG funding platform thing. I know that if you look into that, there's a few shady bits that have gone on there. I still think that after seeing the trailer that came out fairly recently, back in December of 2018, obviously, and it was like, it showed off a lot of stuff that made me fall in love with the game for the first time around. The extravagant characters, the sort of very over-the-top world, the fact that you use bacon to summon an old man coming out of your ear, that scarred me for life as a kid.
It's not in enough games.
That's why I don't eat meat anymore, because I'm just worried about all the old men that are just going to pop out of my orifices. Usually it's the other way around, you know what I mean? Pop it in. Sorry, what?
What happened to Grandad?
You don't speak about that man. All right? No, that honey-glazed bastard can't hurt me anymore. Anyway, yes, very excited for Psychonauts 2 because if it's even close to how the original was, then it's going to be a fantastically fun game. And I'll just put it out there, we need more sort of old school platformer style games. We don't have enough of them, and you can see by the fact that Spyro sold really well, Crash sold really well, and we've got like the Jak and Daxter PS4 editions that have come out recently. There is a demand there, so hopefully this will scratch that brainy itch. So yes, Psychonauts 2, looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to Last of Us 2. Now it hasn't been definitely confirmed for this year, because it is this year, but I definitely think it will be. I mean, it's pretty far along in development. The demo that they showed off, I think it was at E3, was pretty far along as far as combat and stuff goes. But I just love those characters. I went back through The Last of Us Remastered on my new 4K TV, Josh Brown, and it was amazing. Not the TV, but the game, great. And I absolutely adore those characters, and I didn't think that I needed or wanted a sequel. I love the way that The Last of Us ends. I love the sheer stones on the fact that they end on just a facial expression. I think that's just great. I like that a lot. I like interpretive endings, but the way they're going with the new one, if you kind of go into like the fan theories and the way that it's going, is that Ellie's mum's going to enter the picture, and that'll sort of challenge like Joel's kind of role as like this kind of foster father thing. And I think they've got way more that they can pick apart in regards to their relationship, because their whole relationship, you can argue, is kind of built on a lie, or at least it becomes a lie by the end of it. Going full on Last of Us story, but you've all played it. And so like, yeah, I think that going into Last of Us 2, I'm really interested to see what Neil Druckmann writes, because I think he's doing it without Bruce Straley, which is the first time that they've split up to do something. I don't think they did. They did Uncharted 4 together?
They did Uncharted 4 together, yeah.
Right, yeah. So it's like Druckmann said that he wouldn't do a Last of Us 2 unless there was a story worth telling, and I want to know what that story is. And I'm all there for Ellie growing up and just like realizing that she actually has feelings towards another girl, and like the way that I'm just so happy that Ellie is happy. And like, yeah, I want to see how that all plays out. So Last of Us 2, probably game of the year, unless Crash Team Racing's really good. But that doesn't count.
Because it's a remake.
Yeah.
So 2019 games. Happy 2019, everyone, in 2019. Right, so my game I'm most excited for is Cyberpunk 2077, because it's made by CD Projekt Red, the guys who did The Witcher 3 and plenty of other stuff, which is very exciting. They're going to do an amazing job of it, and we've seen some like gameplay trailers of it already, and it just looks fantastic. It's just like the whole like Blade Runner, techno, punk, cyber, Borg thing, good. science fiction stuff that just looks really exciting. And the whole like real slow-mo trailer of like the gun and the bullet and the whole, whoa, is she a robot? Like that just looks really exciting. I'm excited for it. It doesn't actually have an official release date yet, but it's rumored for June 2019 because of the grant from the Polish government that requires CD Projekt Red to finish a project by June 2019. I did an article on this recently, which is why I have that committed to memory. So hopefully it comes out in June 2019 and doesn't get delayed, because it would be amazing to see this next year before next gen consoles. I think it's like, if you look at what Red Dead Redemption 2 has been this year, I think Cyberpunk 2077 is just going to like do a big shit on it, do a big metal robotic shit on it, and it just looks really good. I'm really excited. Anything by the Witcher people, I'm just invested in already. Yeah, and also it's based on a tabletop tabletop board Dungeons and Dragons style game, so it's going to be amazing. Like, I fucking love Dungeons and Dragons, and this is Robo Dungeons and Dragons. Blade Runner Dungeons and Dragons. What's not to like? It's going to be good.
Not confirmed yet, but I am super, super excited for Doom Eternal. Only yesterday they released the 25-year thing. Oh, sorry, it's 2019. The other week they released the 25 years of Doom thing. Yeah, and it's like, oh, this is so exciting. Bethesda C3 this year was a bit weird, but the fact they showed off Doom Eternal for the first time in that trailer is just the best thing. Looking at the new gameplay, the grappling hook under the shotgun, the big and spiky swordy boy under your arm, the flamethrower over your shoulder, all this sort of thing. Like, Doom 2016 is one of the best FPSs ever, in my opinion. It's one of the most accessible games. It's so easy to go back and play it again and again and again and again and again. And I just want to go play it again now, anyway. But Doom Eternal, because Doom 2016 blew me away so much, there is no surprise that I'm super, super hyped for this. And because of the looks of it, they've changed very, very little. They've just added a few bits and pieces. But because it's going to be fundamentally the same as Doom 2016, it means I'm absolutely invested in Doom Eternal. And as I said, it's not confirmed for this year coming, but I want it to be. I want to have October, November, whenever, just say Doom Eternal is coming out then. I want to have the knowledge that it's coming, and I'm super, super hyped for it whenever it does turn up. I have a few things that I'm looking forward to, but probably aren't coming out in 2019. So one of them is Ghost of Tsushima, which looks fantastic. I can't wait for that. I'm looking forward to just slicing and dicing fools with my big old sword. But one of the games that I'm actually quite looking forward to in 2019, which obviously hasn't been confirmed, is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And I know it's EA, but A up a minute, because I'm actually quite excited by Respawn, because they did Titanfall 2, which is probably, for my money's worth, the best FPS of this generation. And if the rumors are correct that they're doing something similar to the Jedi Knight series, which again is my favorite Star Wars gaming series of all time, I'm really excited. I hope that we get some more info of it in February onwards. But if not, then I guess, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima hopefully comes out the same year. If not, I can cling on to the false hope of another Batman Arkham game coming out, or the Avengers Project ever having any other thing released at all, because that would be nice as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to two things primarily. Hopefully they come out. If they don't, I don't know what I'll do.
Well, first off, I want to say how much I'm really enjoying 2019 so far. It's been so good. Nothing's happened. It's been just a lovely time. Everything it's just good now. It's amazing how that happened overnight.
Brilliant.
New Year's, Josh? Oh well, I can't remember it because I was too seshed. I was too seshed up, you know.
Stupid question to ask.
Richard, you were there with me. Don't you ask what we were doing. Yes, we were, Richard. Yes, we were, Richard. The game I'm looking forward to is Resident Evil 2, the remake, because this series has a really place in my heart. What an eloquent way of words I've got. I've lost the ability to speak in 2019. No, you wouldn't, would you? Yeah, this franchise has always been special to me, and it's always released around my birthday. My birthday's at the end of January. And Resident Evil 2, the remake, comes out a day after my birthday, so I'm going to have a nice time then, a lovely time. The original remake for the director's cut of the original Resident Evil is like one of my favourite games of all time. The original itself on the PS1 is really good, but the way they updated it, added new things, sort of refined the story in a way, was incredible. And they've been doing a lot of really good things with the Resident Evil series as a whole. I really love Resident Evil 7. I even defend Resident Evil 6 to an extent. It's all right. It was, like I said in another Chatty Paces video, it was a good way to kill a franchise, you know. It was nice, neat, it was okay. And they look like they've done a really good job by going back to the roots of Resident Evil 2. I know it's a bit contentious because they've gone to the Resident Evil 4 style, over-the-shoulder kind of gameplay, which I guess we're yet to see how that turns out, but everything so far looks really promising. And this is a special game for me because when I was little, I used to try and play Resident Evil 2, but I was also kind of too young to do it, and I never really got past the opening like hour or two because I just kept getting mauled by zombies, and I was really, really scared of it. Like for some reason, the "You Are Dead" screen in that game specifically just put the shits up as rage. It was horrible. So I'm excited to go back. It's sort of unfinished business in a way. I'm going to do it and complete and get the satisfaction of that. I know it's not the same. I shouldn't go back and replay the original like as it was because a lot has changed, but this looks like a more than worthy update, and I just want this franchise to succeed, and I love that it's going back to its roots, and I'm really excited to play it. I think this will be a good way to kick off the year because this is only January so far, and if this is good, it sets a nice precedent for the year out. It could be one of the best years of gaming. Who knows? Let's hope Last of Us 2 comes out, and I'll be happy.
Secondly, just a silly little PC game that I'm looking forward to, Satisfactory, which is literally a game where you are a person on a deserted planet and you need to build machinery and create sort of resources, and you organize them, you build conveyor belts and stuff like that to eventually build a rocket and get out of there. At least that's what essentially Factorio is. It's just a first-person 3D version of Factorio, and it's absolutely my kind of game because it involves order. It's trying to be the most efficient like factory you can possibly make to produce resources, to produce X, to produce Y, to produce Z, and that's being made by Coffee Stain Studios, the guys who did Goat Simulator of all things. And I saw that at E3 last year, and it was super exciting. And you know, Jace, community manager for Coffee Stain, if you're watching, I'm still waiting on an alpha key. I'm still waiting. Every week you post a video saying, hey, we've sent out 5 billion alpha keys, and I'm still not got one.
I'm sure it's on the way, Rich.
It better be on the way, because I'm excited for Satisfactory.
My biggest excitement for this year is coming very soon, actually, and it comes out at the end of January. It is, of course, Kingdom Hearts 3, Woo! Which I've been waiting for like forever. I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts 2 at the moment, a game that I never actually did end up finishing, but I've got good motivation now. I'm going to finish it, and then I'm going to play 3, and it's going to be lovely. I'm someone who has grown up with animation all my life, with Disney, with Pixar, I went and did animation at uni. I flipping love animation, and now we have the Pixar guys. We've got Toy Story, we've got Monsters Inc., we've got all the Disneys, we've got Frozen, I'm right, relax, Rachel. It's going to be fantastic. I am mighty excite bike for this game.
Excite
I am mighty excite bike. I am a small SNES game. Oh no, Excite Bike was on the NES, wasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I am a small NES game. So yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 looks fantastic. We did get to play it, a little bit last year in May, and it was just glorious. It's going to be fantastic. It doesn't take a lot for me to praise a game, so I don't really have any worries. For me, it's going to be perfect. I know it's going to be perfect. I would also like to give a little shout out to a game which made me buy a whole console, and that is Ori and the Blind Forest, is getting a sequel hopefully this year. I'm going to say I don't actually know if Will of the Wisps has a release date. I want to say October, but I'm not sure. Rich is Googling it. But it was announced, it was first announced, I want to say it wasn't last year's E3, I want to say it was the year before. It's been announced for a wee while, but we got that very lovely, tearful piano trailer at last year's E3, and I had a good wee bubble. I was crying my eyes out. It is honestly the most beautiful just game that just tugs on your heart, and I'm really excited for the sequel.
You're gonna cry a lot.
I'm gonna cry a lot. I'm just gonna, no makeup, I'm just gonna sit there, just wear my, you know those like, you have like when you're sad, you have like a sad outfit. I'm gonna wear my sad outfit, my baggy jeans. I'm just gonna sit there and be like, hit me.